Imagine a life where money isn't just wealth, it's absolute power. Where $500 million yachts are mere toys, gold-plated palaces stretch across entire cities, and private jets aren't a luxury, but a necessity. Welcome back to part 2 of our deep dive into the world's richest royal family, the House of Saud. Stay with us, because what you're about to see will blow your mind. Inside the trillionaire life of Saudi Arabia's royal family, behind towering golden gates and within the marble-clad walls of Riyadh's most opulent palaces, a dynasty unlike any other quietly rules over one of the world's richest empires. The House of Saud isn't just wealthy, it's trillionaire rich. With an estimated $1.4 trillion fortune, they hold more wealth than the British, Qatari, and Kuwaiti royal families combined, controlling not just oil but the future of global finance, politics, and power. At the helm of this unfathomable empire stands King Salman and his heir, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, the man determined to reshape Saudi Arabia into a modern superpower. But behind his vision of progress lies a lifestyle so extravagant, so unimaginable, that even the world's billionaires look modest in comparison. MBS is not just a prince, he's a king in waiting, a power player with ambitions that stretch beyond Saudi Arabia's borders. Known for his relentless work ethic, he reportedly works 18-hour days, micromanaging billion-dollar deals while personally overseeing his bold initiative, Vision 2030. This plan aims to transform Saudi Arabia from an oil-reliant kingdom into a global hub for technology, tourism, and luxury entertainment. Under his rule, the country has seen massive investment in futuristic cities, high-end resorts, and sporting events meant to rival the West. But while the world praises his vision for modernization, his personal fortune tells a different story. One of excess, indulgence, and limitless wealth. MBS doesn't just own luxury, he redefines it. His $550 million super yacht, the Serene, isn't just a floating mansion. It's a secret kingdom on water, complete with a private submarine, an indoor swimming pool, and even an anti-missile defense system. His collection of hypercars, including ultra-rare Bugattis and Ferraris, is estimated to be worth tens of millions. And then there are the palaces, estates so extravagant they make Buckingham Palace look humble. His Chateau Louis XIV in France, a $300 million masterpiece, is the most expensive private home ever sold, boasting gold-covered fountains, a cinema, and an underground aquarium. But MBS isn't the only royal living in excess. Across Saudi Arabia, royal princes and princesses enjoy a level of luxury that defies imagination. From gold-plated Lamborghinis to billion-dollar art collections, their spending is limitless. Yet beneath the glamour, there are whispers of power struggles, corruption, and secrecy. The question isn't just how they amass their fortune, it's how long they can hold on to it. Is Saudi Arabia's royal family truly modernizing the kingdom, or is their extravagant spending a distraction from a darker reality? As the world watches Vision 2030 unfold, one thing is clear: money is power, but power doesn't last forever. Inside the Saudi prince's insane $50 million party, hidden from the public eye, behind the walls of unimaginable luxury, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, enjoys a life so extravagant it rivals the world's wealthiest billionaires. While he presents himself as the modern face of Saudi Arabia, leading a campaign for economic reform, his private life tells a much different story. With a $1.4 trillion royal fortune at his fingertips, His power isn't just measured in wealth, it's measured in control, secrecy, and influence. And nowhere was that more evident than in one of the most expensive and scandalous private parties ever thrown. On a secluded island in the Maldives, MBS orchestrated a $50 million ultra-exclusive party, flying in Hollywood's biggest celebrities, supermodels, and A-list entertainers. The entire resort was shut down to the public, transformed into a billionaire's playground, complete with private concerts, unlimited champagne, and five-star luxury at every turn. The guest list? Hand-picked from the world's elite. The event was so secretive that attendees were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements, ensuring that the world would never know what really happened behind those closed doors. But when rumors began to swirl and whispers of excess leaked to the media, MBS did the unthinkable. He shut the entire party down overnight, sending every guest home on private jets, erasing every trace of its existence. What was he hiding? But while MBS indulges in lavish parties and multi-million-dollar super yachts, the real power in Saudi Arabia doesn't just belong to the men. King Salman's 3 wives, while rarely seen in public, are highly influential figures, operating from the shadows to shape Saudi Arabia's education, healthcare, and philanthropic policies. They control billions in charitable foundations, funding programs for women's empowerment and medical research, yet their presence remains strictly behind palace doors. Is their philanthropy genuine, or simply a strategy to polish the monarchy's image? And then there's the elephant in the room: power and polygamy. In Saudi Arabia's royal family, marriage isn't just about love. It's about alliances, influence, and securing bloodlines. While polygamy is a centuries-old tradition, it also ensures that the royal family remains deeply connected to tribal leaders, political figures, and key allies. Every marriage is a move on the chessboard, and behind every prince, there are queens and princesses whose influence stretches far beyond what the public ever sees. So what's the truth behind MBS's extravagant lifestyle? Is he truly modernizing Saudi Arabia, or is he just distracting the world with his limitless wealth? As the royal family's fortune continues to grow, so do the questions surrounding their power. One thing is certain: in the world of the Saudi elite, luxury is never just about money. It's about control. The billionaire prince of Saudi Arabia. In the world of the ultra-wealthy, few names command as much awe and controversy as Prince Al-Walid bin Talal. Often called the Warren Buffett of the Middle East, he is not just Saudi Arabia's richest royal, but a financial mastermind who built an empire spanning the globe, with investments in Apple, Disney, Twitter, and some of the world's most valuable real estate. His fortune has soared to a staggering $16 billion. $200 million. But Al-Walid isn't just a businessman, he is a man who lives like a king, spending his wealth on luxuries that defy belief. His personal empire is a monument to excess. He cruises the Mediterranean on a $325 million super yacht, a floating palace complete with private helipads, marble-clad staterooms, and a crew catering to his every whim. When he flies, it's not in a first-class seat. It's in his gold-plated Boeing 747, a flying mansion worth hundreds of millions. And when he needs a place to relax, he retreats to his $130 million Kingdom Palace, a jaw-dropping estate with 400 rooms, opulent gold detailing, and enough space to host world leaders, celebrities, and royalty alike. Every detail of his life is a testament to unlimited wealth, boundless ambition, and a lifestyle that most can't even begin to imagine. But in Saudi Arabia, even a billionaire prince isn't untouchable. Despite his immense fortune, Al-Walid learned the hard way that wealth doesn't always mean security. In 2017, he was suddenly arrested in an anti-corruption crackdown led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. He was detained at Riyadh's luxurious Ritz-Carlton hotel, which had been transformed into a high-class prison for Saudi Arabia's most powerful figures. For months, the world watched in shock. Was this truly about corruption? Or was it a power move to eliminate competition within the royal family? After 83 days in captivity, Al-Walid was finally released, but the terms of his freedom remain a mystery. Rumors swirled that he had been forced to give up billions in assets, while others speculated that it was simply a warning, a reminder that in Saudi Arabia, ultimate power belongs to the throne. So, is Al-Walid bin Talal still the kingmaker of Saudi finance, or has his golden empire begun to crumble? While his fortune remains vast, his arrest was a chilling reminder that even the wealthiest figures in the world can fall if they challenge the wrong people. In a kingdom where power shifts like desert sands, no one, not even a billionaire prince, is ever truly safe. The billionaire queen, balancing luxury and global change. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser is no ordinary queen. While she enjoys a life of private jets, super yachts, and a personal fortune dripping in gold and diamonds, she is also a woman on a mission, one that has redefined power, influence, and royalty itself. She is one of the most visible and politically active female royals in the Middle East, a woman who doesn't just sit on a throne but reshapes the world in her image. From the grand halls of Doha's palaces to the war-torn streets of refugee camps, her reach stretches far beyond luxury. It extends into the very fabric of global change. In 1999, she founded the Al-Shafala Center, a groundbreaking institution providing specialized education, therapy, and medical services for children with disabilities. In a region where disability rights have often been overlooked, she single-handedly forced a shift in awareness, turning an issue once hidden in the shadows into a national priority. Her efforts didn't stop there. She expanded her influence across the globe, launching initiatives that have provided millions of underprivileged children with access to education, proving that her power isn't just about personal wealth, it's about shaping the future of those who have none. Yet Sheikha Moza is not just a humanitarian, she is also one of the most stylish and powerful women on the planet. Unlike other Middle Eastern royals who remain hidden from the public eye, she is a fashion icon, appearing at global summits in custom Chanel, Dior, and Valentino, her presence commanding attention like a modern-day empress. She is elegance and authority woven into one, her signature turbans and high-fashion ensembles making headlines wherever she goes. But her influence isn't limited to the runway. She has shaped Qatar's transformation into an economic powerhouse, helping the country secure one of the highest GDP per capita rankings in the world. But here's the question: is this mix of unimaginable wealth and philanthropy truly about change, or is it a carefully curated legacy? While Sheikha Moza's initiatives have undeniably changed lives, critics argue that her power exists because it serves Qatar's larger global ambitions. Is she a force for good, or is she simply playing the most sophisticated political game the world has ever seen? One thing is undeniable. Whether through fashion, philanthropy, or sheer influence, Sheikha Moza has cemented herself as a queen unlike any other. The billionaire queen who redefined power, wealth, and influence. In a world where royalty is often confined to tradition, Sheikha Moza bint Nasser stands apart, a woman who doesn't just wear the crown, but rewrites the rules of what it means to be a queen. With her unmistakable presence, commanding intelligence, and flawless high-fashion style, she is more than just a royal consort. She is a global power player, shaping the future of education, philanthropy, and luxury. As the wife of Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the former Emir of Qatar, she is one of the few women in the Middle East's royal circles who holds real political influence, walking shoulder to shoulder with presidents, prime ministers, and the world's most powerful leaders. But while the world admires her elegance and grace, few truly understand the empire she has built behind the scenes. Sheikha Moza is the architect of modern Qatar, a woman who took a small Gulf nation and transformed it into a global knowledge hub. She is the driving force behind the Qatar Foundation, an initiative that brought world-class institutions like Harvard, Georgetown, and Carnegie Mellon to Doha, turning the desert into an academic powerhouse. But her vision extends far beyond her own country. Through her Education Above All Foundation, she has provided millions of children in 55 countries, including war-torn regions, access to education, giving them a future once thought impossible. While other royals focus on wealth accumulation, Sheikha Moza spends hers on reshaping the world, one school, one university, and one child at a time. But make no mistake, Sheikha Moza isn't just a queen of education, she is a queen of luxury too. With a personal jewelry collection valued at over $100 million, she is one of the best-dressed royals on the planet, effortlessly blending power with high fashion. Unlike traditional Middle Eastern queens, she does not veil herself in secrecy. Instead, she stuns the world in custom Dior, Chanel, and Valentino, appearing at global events with the poise of a Hollywood icon and the influence of a head of state. She even founded Qatar's first international luxury brand, cementing her status as both a business mogul and a cultural icon. But with power comes controversy. In a region where women's roles in leadership are still tightly controlled, how has Sheikha Moza managed to carve out so much influence? Some say it's because of her undeniable brilliance. Others whisper that her power is tolerated only because it serves Qatar's larger ambitions. Is she truly a force for progress? Or is her influence just another carefully crafted piece of Qatar's global image? One thing is certain, she is not just another royal figurehead. She is a queen with a mission, and the world is watching. The world's richest royal families. When it comes to royalty, wealth isn't just about money. It's about power, influence, and global control. While the world often focuses on the British monarchy, the true financial titans sit far beyond Buckingham Palace. These families don't just inherit wealth. They own empires, shaping economies, controlling industries, and quietly influencing the world behind the scenes. At the top of this exclusive royal elite is the Saudi royal family, whose $1.4 trillion fortune dwarfs every other monarchy on Earth. This isn't just generational wealth. This is oil money, tech investments, and global real estate combined into an empire so vast, even billionaires look small in comparison. But they aren't the only royals living like gods. Several other dynasties are battling for the throne of ultimate wealth. Sitting below Saudi Arabia's staggering fortune is the Kuwaiti royal family, worth an estimated $360 billion. While they don't flaunt their wealth as extravagantly, they hold deep-rooted stakes in some of the world's biggest corporations, pouring billions into American blue-chip stocks and high-value industries. Their power may not be as visible, but their financial reach extends across global markets, silently shaping economies from behind closed doors. Then comes the Qatari royal family, whose $335 billion empire is built on real estate dominance and luxury investments. Unlike Saudi and Kuwaiti royals, Qatar's rulers don't just invest in businesses, they own the buildings that define entire cities. They control the Shard in London, the iconic Empire State Building in New York, and luxury properties across Paris and Beverly Hills. When you look at a major skyline, there's a good chance Qatari money is behind it. Their royal spending is as extravagant as their portfolio. Gold-plated supercars, diamond-studded watches, and palaces that make Buckingham look like a suburban home. And then, of course, there's the British royal family, the most famous monarchy in the world, yet shockingly not the richest. With a net worth of $88 billion, their fortune comes not from oil or massive investments, but from centuries-old land ownership, historical estates, and taxpayer-funded grants. While King Charles III and Prince William hold symbolic global influence, their financial power pales in comparison to the Middle Eastern royals, who operate on an entirely different playing field. So who really rules the world of wealth? The answer isn't just about numbers, it's about who controls the future. The British monarchy may dominate headlines, but the Saudi, Kuwaiti, and Qatari dynasties control the industries that fuel the world. As global power shifts toward the Middle East, one thing is certain: money isn't just power, it's control. Do you think the Saudi royal family's wealth is sustainable, or is it just a ticking time bomb? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't seen part 1, click here to watch now, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.